What's up, Pisces? Welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a timeless tarot and oracle reading for you, asking what's coming towards you, what's good. We're going to start with the Angels of Abundance Oracle deck, a few oracle cards just to guide our message. If you would like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other Pisces and cross watchers to pray for you, simply say hi or leave an emoji or share what you're going through in the comments section below this video. That gives us something we can focus on that represents your energy. Only love and light in this space, y'all. We're going to start with, I'm laughing because I actually really like this oracle card for you. But hold up, we're just going to do the Angels of Abundance first. Block out distractions, it says. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out. I think I'm just confirming what a lot of you guys know. Some of the Pisces I know right now are just really in the crunch, and it's a good crunch. There's like head down, keep your focus. There's something they're trying to achieve, or there's a lot of work on their plate, but it's good work. It's good stuff. Okay, so what I was smiling at was this card, tolerance. Be generous. Pisces, you know how to be generous, but this also kind of speaks of boundaries. Without expectations, I am free. Keep in mind boundaries, though. That's popping up in my head for a reason. The liquid mudra, as this is, the liquid mudra helps in cases of edema. So there's always a physical correlation with the mudra deck, and there's also a hand gesture to empower the message, which we'll get to in a moment. Burning sensation in the eyes, kidney and bladder complaints can be eased with this hand gesture, this mudra. In acute cases, maintain this mudra as long as needed. In chronic cases, practice 4 times daily for about 10 minutes. And so this is the mudra. You simply put your pinky together with your thumb, and you stick out your pointer and your middle finger, and it's okay if your ring finger comes up, like so. In my experience, when we are faint-hearted, downcast, or make exaggerated demands on ourselves or others, the result always brings suffering, trouble, and strife. Boundaries, Pisces. It's time to put an end to all that. Imagine that you are near a majestic waterfall which produces a wonderful rainbow. You freely relinquish all despondency, all expectations, and all superfluous fluid in your body to the waterfall. Give it all up to the waterfall. The colorful rainbow expresses all your newfound generosity, sense of lightness, and freedom. Freedom, that is so important for Pisces, is the sense of freedom. And inside that sense of freedom, we can achieve so much, right? We can be so creative, we can be so loving and so kind inside the context of freedom. And in this case, just to clarify, it's saying you can get back to that context of freedom by releasing expectations of yourself and others. For some reason, that needs to come up in your reading. Block out distractions. Let's get into it. What's coming towards my Pisces at this time? If you guys feel generous, please hit that like button. If you've been here before, if you enjoy this channel, join the family if you haven't yet. It's a very loving family. We're going to go like this. I already love that I see the 2 of Cups here. I love that I see the High Priestess. That's your energy. Oh, and we start with the 6 of Pentacles. This is the reciprocity, generosity card. It's so funny. Tolerance, be generous. So we have in one hand, he's handing the coins out to the needy, and then in the other, he's holding a scale, and that scale is balanced. And that brings us right back. I know it's going to happen over and over again, but it brings us back to that message of like boundaries, right? Like from that place of freedom, you can give freely, you can be generous, you can be kind, you can be creative. You are beautifully Pisces. So how do you create that energy in your world right now? Especially if you're a very busy Pisces, like a lot of you are. Okay, now we have the High Priestess. Now I'm going to unpack all of these. If you've never been to this channel, you know that I kind of run through the cards and then I'm going to unpack them and a storyline is going to unfold. High Priestess energy, that is you, boo. This is intuition. This is spirituality, being in alignment. So we'll see in a moment why that's coming up. Next, we have the World card. This is buttoning up an old chapter. When you close one door, another opens. This has got to be one of the most wholesome cards that carry that meaning of a new chapter. Then we have an interesting card because this one's upside down. I want to see why. 10 of Pentacles comes out upside down. Typically, this is like longevity, like this is a long-term wealth, building towards the future, inheritance, and we're going to unpack what that's all about. All these cards, though, to be clear, are very, very positive. That one's an interesting twist that we'll see why it came out in a moment. 2 of Cups, that soulmate energy. If this isn't a romantic reading, this will represent a partnership that's really balanced, equal compromise, understanding. You work very, very well together. All right. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun card. Yeah, you guys, I love being able to deliver you really good news. So let's unpack our first card, 6 of Pentacles. What does this mean for my Pisces? What do they need to know about the 6 of Pentacles? Oh, Tower card. And it all goes downhill from here. No, I'm just kidding. So the Sun card, whenever it appears, and to remind you, that just appeared at the bottom of the deck. Whenever it appears, it kind of sheds a beautiful light over the whole reading. So if you're stressed out and you're worried where this is going, don't you worry. It ain't bad. So there's an event that happens, and for some of you guys, it's already happened. This event shook things up only because there was factors that were completely out of your control, and all you can control in this situation is how you react. I would say that this is a good tower. This is a good event. We come out with the Page of Cups with it. This is going to, I think, feed your heart where you least expect it. So I think you've reacted to a situation that was kind of thrown on your lap, and what ensues is something that warms your heart, that is delightful, or it's a creative opportunity, or it's even for some of you guys a flirty, playful opportunity. But the thing to know about the Tower moments in life is that they are there to kind of redirect your energy, realign you. So oftentimes Tower moments can be uncomfortable because we're reminded of how little control we have. And I would say Pisces, out of all the signs in the zodiac, Pisces are pretty much good with it. I mean, sure, we have our control issues, but I think there's a certain built-in respect for having to give it all up to flow. So this is where you shine. And I think this is I think the context is really around your generosity, truly. Like maybe you've given somebody a family loan, maybe you're just giving your time and energy to support somebody here, but it turns out really well for you. Let's go on to the next card, High Priestess. We got a lot flipping in the deck, and I read those like footnotes, so we'll go back to those in a moment. We have collaboration card, the 3 of Pentacles, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. I have this vibe coming from the cards that suggests that you're going to be going alone, and rather than duking it out, fighting it out with others. And you might not be completely severing any relationships here. It's more like your intuition is giving you a workaround. So there's some conflict. Maybe people are, maybe it's even competition. The 5 of Wands is conflict or competition. And this is most likely around a project, an activity. Wands represent the actions and the doingness of life. They can be travel. And I think that you are finding a clever workaround here. I'm trying to think one sec. Yeah, I think that you don't want to sever relationships, but you know you can't pound your head against the wall and compete with the fighting energy here. So you're almost taking the higher road and just looking out towards new plans. The 2 of Wands. Anything else on this? You guys, this is going to be an extended flipping but not flying. We've got the Three of Swords. We've got the Eight of Cups. I think you're taking the high road. You're making new plans. You're kind of starting from scratch again. Yeah. I was going to say, this is going to be an extended. I have time today to do an extended, and I can't talk. That is going to be a link in the description box below. It's $6, and I'm going to get more advice. We're going to unpack it. We usually go about 20 minutes. All right. What's this World card? I don't always have time, but when I do, I always let you know. Somebody's coming in towards you. What's the Knight of Wands? For my Pisces. You're going to be something's going to be brought to your awareness, how attached you are to something. Long time in coming, buttoning up this chapter in particular. It's been a long time in coming. You're ending on a good note. You're not abandoning anything the wrong way so that it haunts you later. You're actually opening a new chapter in your life. This could be a move. This could be a new job. This could be a new relationship. But there's going to be some landscape here, so to speak, that is unfamiliar with a Fool card. Brand new chapter. Somebody's coming towards you, Pisces. This is you, Queen of Cups, who is very driven by their passion. So either they want to date you or sleep with you, or they want to work with you somehow. The Knight of Wands doesn't really hide their enthusiasm. So they're going to make it known. And they come into the scene rather quick. Tell me more. I'm going to start with a new deck. More about this Knight of Wands. Healing. They want to seal the deal. They want to heal with you. Is this a new person? Collaborate. They want to work with you. I don't think this is a new person. This is somebody you're familiar with. They're going to make a gallant gesture to work with you, to address disappointment that that occurred maybe between you. Maybe it was also part of a third energy dynamic. We have Three of Pentacles that this flipped earlier in the deck and it finally flew out. I think they want you to know that their loyalties lie with you and they're coming on in to prove it. But there is this funny little duo here, the Nine of Wands in reverse and the Hanged Man, that suggests it's about damn time. So the good news there is that, one, you have somebody who is not hesitating. They really want to jump through some hoops to show you what you mean to them. The good news there is that you're buttoning up an old chapter. One door is fully closing. Don't know why I wanted to say fully clothing there, but and yeah. So now we get to the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, there's a reason that. Oh. Wow. I don't think you're going to be too quick to make long-term plans with this individual. Sorry, my nose is itching. I think that you're recognizing this new energy for what it is, and it's passion-driven. It's coming on in quick, but you're holding on to your independence. Your autonomy is really important right now. And it's funny because let's circle back to your first messages. That was be generous. You can be tolerant and generous, but boundaries are important within the realm of freedom. Pisces becomes this beautiful, unique flower. that they are. They are. It's like it's okay for them to open up and show their petals. You know, like if things are not stressed and if there's no expectations. So I think that you're going to be very real with the short term versus the long term of this. Because I think that this is so clear, what you're witnessing is somebody who is more in their impulsive energy, full of enthusiasm and excitement and passion. But are they around for the long term? Are you building anything that could last for the long term? I think you're doubtful. But what you can count on is yourself. What you are doing is you're investing in yourself and you're entertaining somebody else's energy. Very clear. That's very clear in your reading. I wouldn't be surprised if this Knight of Wands, who's so passionately coming towards you, bears a gift. We have the Two of Cups, which is that soulmate, soul partnership energy, with the Ace of Pentacles. This is usually material value. It's like a material measurement of how they emotionally value you. Now, it could be a ring. It could be even a favor. You know the 5 love languages, right? And there's acts of service. This would be maybe an acts of service or gifts. But the bottom line is they want to show you what you mean to them. And I'm laughing because I just don't think you're anybody's fool. And also they know it. And I don't think that this is a fool coming towards you. I feel like there's a little sense of grasping at straws. Ace of Pentacles and Two of Cups. Tell me more about Four of Cups. I'm hearing in my ears somebody out there saying they blew it. Oh, they blew it. But I think a lot of you guys will be entertaining, is the key word, this energy. But what you're keeping to yourself is you just don't see the long game. Really interesting energy that's coming out. One sec. This is not the time to feel obligated. Don't let anybody obligate you, right? Free those expectations of yourself and others. We have the Balance coming out twice with the Justice card and the Six of Pentacles again of reciprocity. Keep on talking to me about this Three of Cups. There's third party energy here with the Three of Pentacles coming out twice, Three of Cups. There's a dynamic here that it's like, I don't think you're going to commit yourself long-term to this energy of Knight of Wands until you know that there's no third-party energy there. It's a hard choice because I think they're throwing everything they got at you. Two of Swords with a Four of Cups suggests you're going to turn it down. Oh, here Freya. Here she is. Couldn't go one Pisces reading without stopping to say hi. So I just think that your energy around this is really mature, and you kind of know what's up, and I feel like you're almost observing it from some distance, you know, at least some emotional distance that makes you safe. So I'm going to go on to the extended. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that was helpful. I hope it was confirming, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.